Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your April Soul Session. I am Marlo. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So let's go ahead and jump into these cards and see what the overall energy for you guys is for the month of April. Sagittarius. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of cards. But guess what? We're going to take them all, Sagittarius. So it looks like we have movement, and it says fast paced change, surge of energy, laser focus on intention and actions, aligning all resources towards a goal, moving quickly to pursue the best opportunities available. Next, we have healing. Hopefully, you can see that. My glare is on fleek. Okay. And it says mending, rejuvenate, recuperate, repair, convalescence, recondition, recovery process to make whole. Okay. I'm liking how this is looking. Next, we have mistrust. That actually came out for Scorpio. It says suspicion, misgivings, apprehension, skeptical, having doubt in oneself or other person or situation. And then we have conflict, and it says disagreement, tug of war, dispute, tension, differing viewpoints. So, what this is looking like for me, Sagittarius, is that in the month of April, what you guys are going to be confronting or dealing with, more or less, is like a didactic energy, if you will. I have no idea what my neighbor is doing. I hope y'all can't hear that. They're doing something in the yard, but anyway, but it's like a didactic kind of energy. So overall what I'm seeing is what the overall intention, if you will, for the Sagittarius collective in the month of April is you guys healing and moving forward. What you guys specifically would be healing would be this mistrust that you have either for yourself or for other people. And I feel that this is going to be revealed in so many words via a conflict. So whether that's with friend, family member, co-worker, relationship partner, what have you, I feel that a conflict is going to be the trigger that's going to reveal, if you will, a lack of trust that you have in your own judgment or a lack of trust that you have for other people, their judgment or what have you. And the whole purpose of this happening is for you guys to heal whatever this wound is tied to so that you can move forward, in so many words. So I feel like this is something that's been like an ongoing thing for you guys. So any conflicts that you guys find yourself in the month of April, I want you guys to kind of pay attention to what emotions are coming up for you, or what caused the conflict, if you will. If it's just like, you just don't trust the person, or you being in a situation you're too afraid to walk out of, or what have you, because you're not trusting yourself or others. So the next card that we have is Grasshopper, young grasshopper, and it says situations in the balance that require careful handling. So that lets me know that who this conflict could potentially be with could be a very valuable relationship to you guys. And you guys may be on thin ice with this particular partnership. So this could literally be your job. It could be an important friendship. It could be a marriage, romantic relationship. And I think that's why it's so important, because I feel with things kind of being on thin ice with you guys and this person or this group of people, it's important to make sure that what kind of is the fever pitch or could potentially push it to the edge isn't coming from a place of your lack of trust for yourself or other people, right? Because I feel like it's kind of whatever type of situation you guys are in could be in jeopardy, because this, like, what I would assume, what I would garner from this would be that this isn't necessarily the same situation you guys have been in before. The next card that we have is Hat, and it says you will be playing a different role. Sag, I feel like this is asking you guys to be the bigger person in whatever this is. That's interesting. The next card you guys have is Teapot, and it says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Wow, yeah, this could literally be speaking about like a bestie, like a best friend of yours, like a childhood friend or a lifelong friend. And I feel that this person is more or less being used as a catalyst by the universe, if you will, to help you guys identify this lack of trust that you have. And I think that's a good thing, because if this is a friend that you guys have been friends with for years, right? And you have seen enough of this person's behavior, and I'm not talking about toxic besties here, but this being a person you've been friends with for years, and this person has never betrayed you or backstabbed you, their behavior has never, given you any inclination that they mean you harm or have any ill will towards you. So if there's a person like that, I feel that would be like an ideal candidate, if you will, that would be a catalyst to this healing, because you can more or less see that you can trust the person because you have, a span of time where you can look at how this person has behaved towards you. So I think what this would be saying to me, it's more or less that this person is a catalyst, but it's imperative for you guys to be aware of this and to kind of identify that in your behavior if you find yourself being like suspicious towards this person. You know what I mean? Because it's giving you an opportunity to heal, but it's also saying that if this decision isn't made to deal with this mistrust, that there's the potential that you may have, a little rocky space in your friendship. Hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get into your tarot and see what else is going on for you guys in the month of April. Okay, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. It looks upright to you guys because you guys are upside down. So that's Piscean energy. So there's a need to listen to your intuition here, Sag, and trust your gut. But then I'm also being told if there's any like unprocessed trauma or anything like that in your past, there's a need to do some work in identifying the difference between a trauma response and your gut. Because I feel that some of you guys may have been up to this point reacting to things from a trauma response as opposed to from your gut. And it's like kind of calling your trauma response your gut, right? And I also feel with this too that there's some secrets that are being kept, and I don't feel this from the other person. I feel this more from Sag, and not saying that you guys are keeping secrets in a malicious sense, but I feel it's kind of something you guys may have done. It's something you guys may have gone through, or something that you guys are struggling with. And I don't know why I'm hearing Libra. This is interesting. Because Libra's reading was also about a friend as well. So that's interesting. But I feel that it's not like a malicious secret or anything. I feel that it's something that you guys may have done, or something that you're dealing with that you're not sharing with people who are close to you. And I feel the reason for that is there's like a feeling of shame or guilt about it, which brings me back to that mistrust. So and the other thing I just heard from my guides is confessing to your brother, right? So that's a scripture. And that's something I just personally went through myself. I was feeling a way about some stuff, and literally me talking to my friends just made me feel 1,000 times better. Like just saying it out loud, not necessarily, looking for advice or anything, but just being able to speak and have someone listen and to be heard. It's like I felt like a whole weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. But I feel that there's some level of guilt or shame around this particular thing. and it's more or less a burden you guys are carrying, and it's not wanting to share it with people that are close to you because it's like you don't trust them with the information. So it's like being afraid that they would judge you or something along those lines, and it could be a Piscean friend. The next card that we have, yeah, is the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So that's exactly what I was saying here, Sag. What it's looking like is whatever you guys are holding back that you're not wanting to share. And I mean, it could be, and that's probably why I heard Libra, because so if you have that in your chart, definitely check it out. But with Libra, it was a circumstance where a friend had said something to Libra, and there was no malicious intent with what they said, but Libra kind of was like, are they trying to like insult me? You know what I mean? So that was like kind of the feeling that they had. But I feel for you guys, it's similar to that, where it could be maybe something a friend said that that you didn't feel too privy about, or maybe you had a friend who spoke something about a certain population of people that you just so happen to be into, and it's a fear of you being honest with them that they may judge you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But what I'm seeing it's doing is you guys holding back and not saying what it is that you feel is throwing your energy off kilter. So whereas at one point in time, this could have been like a reciprocal friendship, partnership, or what have you, now it's kind of one-sided. And when I was saying that things are kind of on thin ice, I feel that the other person, whoever this is to you, because I'm saying it as a friend, but I mean, it could be, a romantic partner or something, or a coworker or what have you. But I feel not saying what it is that you're feeling, or whatever the case is, whatever it is that you're holding back, it's starting to manifest in 3D. So it's like taking an energetic stance of holding back. So now in the 3D, good Lord, what is he doing over there? I'm so sorry. That startled me. But anywho, but you taking this energetic stance of holding back, it's now starting to manifest into the 3D, to where you're not investing as much. And I don't really feel that this is something that you're even realizing that's happening, because it's however you're feeling about whatever it is that you're not sharing, right? And by default, whenever we take an energetic stance, and another thing that they just said was as a man thinketh, so is he or she, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like however you feel on the inside, whatever you're thinking, whatever energy vibration you're standing in, it's always going to translate into 3D. Like it's going to bleed into your actions, but we may not even be aware of that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like from the outside looking in, it's like if this is like a friend, and say like you used to call them every single day, and um go have lunch on Wednesdays or whatever the case, and this is something you've always done, it's like slowly but surely, it's like, suddenly you're busy when they call, or something comes up for, lunch or whatever the case. So it's like slowly but surely things are starting to shift. And I think that's where that comes into this thin ice I was feeling, because it's like the other person is seeing your behavior, and they're like, wow, what's going on with my Sag bestie? You know what I mean? And with this Nine of Cups in the reverse, I feel what's being created by this playing out, it's something that's weighing you down. Like I was talking about that burden, you know what I mean? It's something that's weighing you down, and it's robbing you energetically and of happiness. So you guys may start to feel like a tad bit stagnant, if you will, because, and I love seeing stuff like this play out in the cards, because it's those things that happen in our life that are occurring in like our peripheral, you know what I mean? So it's like we're consciously aware every day, but sometimes there's certain things that we fall into, and and not saying this is going to happen, but it's like, say hypothetically, if your friend just kind of like stopped talking to you, that's kind of when we snap and come to, and we're like, why don't they talk to me anymore? You know what I mean? It's like, why are they being so weird with me? You know what I mean? But it's not noticing that over time, there were like little behaviors that you guys were subconsciously engaging in that created something and you weren't even aware that it was happening. So I think that this is beautiful at the fact that spirit is letting this come out in the cards. So if you do resonate with this, it brings it to your awareness. Now, the next card that you guys have is the Four of Cups. So that's like an inertia and a stagnation. So that's the thing, man. I feel, says, you guys are suffering in silence, because I feel whatever this is that y'all are holding inside of yourselves, it's like you're in. This is like so beautiful to me, Sagittarius. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is so beautiful to me because the resonance you guys are going to have with this, because like my guides are doing the thing with the cards again, where they're pulling it this way. Like, the way that you would resonate with this is if there's something that you're holding on your heart, or something that happened that you're not sharing with a person or people that you care about, because there is a shame or guilt, or I made a silly mistake, I don't want to be judged, you know what I mean, whatever the case, right? Like, you went back to your ex, you know what I mean, you slept with your ex, or you got caught up in a catfish money scam type of thing, like whatever it is. But it's this thing that you feel silly for feeling. And the thought is like, I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to, be judged, or I don't want people to talk about me behind my back, or whatever the case. And this is like how this Four of Cups is like, that's literally your energy, right? So it's like how she's looking this way. And I know it looks different for me on my table, but it's more or less like you're looking this way, right? This is the energy that's crowning you. So it's like, this is what's going on behind the scenes. It's like not sharing something. So it's like you're in this place of solitude. And how it looks from my perspective is all of this stuff is happening like behind you, because you're caught up kind of in your mental space and your feels, you know what I mean? And all of this stuff is what's happening. And let me show it to you in the reverse. All of this is what's happening behind the scenes. It's like you're not seeing in 3D things are changing. You're not seeing how this is weighing you down emotionally. So I think that it's important that this is coming out the way that it is, because it's bringing to your awareness these things that are happening over here that you guys aren't aware of while you're caught in this emotional space. And the thing I have to say is, man, if this is like a friendship, this is something I can vouch for, dude. Like, if you have good people in your life, like, granted, there's a lot of shit human beings. Okay. Let's not let's not BS on that. Okay. There's a lot of shit humans on planet Earth, right? But if you have good friends and over a span of time, they have showed you a certain level of consistency, that they show up for you, that they embrace you and love you for who you are. You know what I mean? And even if it's not like someone that you've known since childhood, if this is someone you've known since college, or, friendship you made through work, and you guys have been pretty, like how we call it in New Orleans, like you guys have been like boom coon aces. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your ride or die type of person. I feel what's, and then okay, just cut me off, guys. Just tell me, be quiet and say what y'all talking about. There's this thing of, with this mistrust and why that's trying to be healed. Oh, this just got deep, child. Okay. So this mistrust is really coming from a place of like self-esteem, right? It's like how you think other people would judge you. It has less to do with the person and more to do with you, because they're reminding me of something I always say to my clients. Like, when we find ourselves saying, they probably think I'm da 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 da, and they probably gonna think whoop de whoop de woo, right? And whenever you use they statements, if you were to put an I in the place of they and turn into an I statement, it's giving you a narrative of how it is you really see yourself. You know what I mean? So it's this thought, like, so the mistrust, in our conscious mind looks like, oh, I don't trust people, right? But the next statement is going to be because they probably gonna da 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 da, right? I don't trust people. So let's make it a whole statement. It's like, I don't trust people because I don't trust to share this with someone because they're probably gonna think I'm a whore, right? And you put the I statement, it's like, I don't trust people, right? Because I think I'm a whore. I don't trust sharing this with people because I think I'm a whore, right? But we're not thinking about it like that. We're projecting that onto the other person. So the truth is, fresh from my guides. So the truth of the matter is what needs to be healed here, it's the trust issues that Sag has. Wow, this is so freaking beautiful, Sagittarius. This friend in this situation is really a catalyst to pinpoint not just trust issues, because the trust issues are merely the symptom of the deeper problem. The deeper problem being there's a false narrative that Sagittarius has about themselves in relation to other people. But the truth is, it's a false narrative about the self. So whatever you're keeping this secret, right, out of fear of what the other person or people will think, right, is really coming to the surface for you to get insight into how it is that you're really seeing yourself, right? And why, like I said, like with this being on thin ice or whatever, it's, I don't think it's just this situation. I think if you did some self-reflecting, you could take a step back and look at past situations or friendships or relationships and see how this pattern that I'm speaking about has played out in past situations, to where you've made decisions within yourself about something, you acted in accordance to it, overburdened yourself, and things kind of turned into something. And then it's like that, wow, here's another person that's done this type of deal. Now, the next card that we have, look at that. We got the Six of Wands. That makes me so excited. Yeah, dude, here's the thing. I feel, and I don't even feel like I need to pull more cards, Sag. I'm just going to be honest. I feel with this, like the whole premise, and I don't know why they're saying the 15th. I don't know what this has to do with the 15th, but it's something about this with the 15th. I don't know. I'll probably find out in the extended what that's about, because they just said the 15th, the 15th, the 15th. I don't know I don't know your life, Sag. I don't have that in my chart. Y'all let me know in the comments, what happens on the 15th. But anywho, I feel the reason why all of this is happening, Sagittarius, for some of you guys, this is an opportunity that's coming to you, right? And this is what has happened for the entire collective up to this point. It's an opportunity that's coming for you, right, this month. And this is kind of things that need to be cleared up, right? Especially if, oh man, this is so interesting. I'm getting a lot of stuff with that. And this is something specific that's a side kind of message. This is especially if you got like a job, like say if you're in a relationship with someone and you got a job in another city or like another country or something like that. And coming into April, this already, and you've just been kind of pulling back from the person as opposed to telling them. Or if you have a job, and you got hired somewhere else, and coming into April that you have this position and you haven't told your job yet, you know what I mean? Like you haven't said nothing about a 2 weeks notice, and it's kind of like thinking about sneaking out the back door kind of vibe. I don't think that that's a good idea, because the other way I could see this kind of play out, because this would be another group of people where it's like a fear of confrontation. It's like you don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. You know what I mean? you don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. So it's kind of like, like, let me ghost or kind of sneak out the back door because this is really uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I think that's another thing that would be important to address, because I feel specifically in that situation, whatever it is that you guys are going toward is good for you, right? Like, it's a good look, but I just feel it would create a lot of chaos behind you, if you will. And I feel why that's being highlighted, because now this is getting into like a karma kind of thing. It's like, even though I see with this, there is no malicious intention. It's just that I feel this would be a Sagittarius person that, hello, you don't really like conflict. I don't really want to argue, it's a little uncomfortable, I don't want to, so you just kind of back out. But I feel it's something about with the Six of Wands, what I'm seeing is those who are hiding something, like something that, you've been blessed with or come into or whatever the case. And because you don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation, or, there's like a distrust that you have of people or a person or whatever. And this is so weird, dude. I love when I stare at a card for too long. I'm getting so much stuff. This is like another thing I'm seeing is if someone got like cast on like a reality TV show or something. And I understand that, with the reality TV shows, because I was almost on one and I'm so thankful that I turned it down. Looking back, so glad that I did that, but that's neither here nor there. But it's like, it's one of those things where I know they have you like sign like NDAs, like non-disclosure agreements, where, like for the sake of the show, they don't want you telling people. But I feel with whoever this would be, if that were the situation, it's like one of those things where, and I'm going to use a really crazy example, y'all. This is like if you get cast to like be on The Bachelor and like you're engaged already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a situation like that, because it's like when all this stuff comes out, it's like the person you didn't tell, even though you're not telling them because you feel you're helping the situation, it would make it so much worse. So, and not just like with the reality TV thing, like I feel for whatever this is, like you guys found out that you had this, in March, probably, you know what I'm saying? And, or it could even be before then, So you guys already knew about this, but it's like, I don't know how to tell them this. So your behavior is switching up, you know what I'm saying? And when this comes out, right? Like the thing that you got, like when you quit the job abruptly, or the TV show is released, or whatever, it's like it's gonna cause a lot more damage. So it's like it's almost like Tower in the reverse kind of energy. It's like what you guys are trying to prevent from happening, right? The uncomfortable conversation, the conflict, whatever, it would be 1,000 times worse. Almost lost my voice there, child. Look, come on, throat chakra. It would be 1,000 times worse for this person to find out like vicariously, as opposed to them finding out, directly from you, if that's making sense. So I hope and pray that that is making sense, Sagittarius. I'm going over to my network, Vimeo, Patreon, all of the places to finish playing these cards out, because I want to know what the 15th is about. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm nosy. But if you're about that life, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.